play football at a higher level. The finances, a small stature, into the Air Force with Upon returning from the Air Force and after discussing the situation with officials of the College of Steubenville, as it was known, those startup years, the answer was easy: start a football team. So the Barons, named after Baron von Steuben, came into existence and fielded the team in 1947, led by head coach Brady Doc Sullivan, which won 4-4-1, including a win over that perennial power of St. Francis. Although life for the Baron football team was short-lived, it would lead to a long-term relationship between the school and the Carapellotti family. His father, who started his schooling at the College of Steubenville, but then graduated from the University of Miami, went on to serve as a trustee at Franciscan from 1980 to 1992, and his mother was a longtime member of the university's women's club, as well as serving as secretary to the first president of the college. Taking the lead from his dad, Paul presently serves on the school's board of trustees and has been both a vocal and active promoter of Baron athletics. As a person of extreme influence, he has become the go-to leader of the university's primary fundraiser, the annual Baron Club Dinner. Many might recall that the Barons actually dropped NCAA athletics in 1981. Paul and deceased trustee Paul Negro led the effort to restore the program, and Paul is proud that Baron athletics are back. The two Pauls worked to ensure the $3 million expansion and renovation of the Finnegan Fieldhouse would become a reality, and the Carapellotti family provided a major donation securing the Paul R. and Nadia Carapellotti Baron Room and Lounge at Finnegan Fieldhouse in honor of their parents. Following college, Paul worked for more than 20 years in national account sales, primarily with telecommunication and technology products to the hotel industry with Bell South, AT&T, RCA, and Hitachi Telecom. In 2001, he joined his now-deceased brother Mike and his brother Albert in the family business, serving as an officer, director, and shareholder in Anthony Mining Company. With all his accomplishments, Paul's faith has always been a large part of his life, following an example set early by his parents. He's a reader and a Eucharist minister at St. Bernard Parish in Mount Lebanon, PA. Paul is most proud of his family's legacy with regard to a replica of St. Francis Tiny Church in Assisi, which was the center of his activity. It's a grace-filled haven on Franciscan University's campus for quiet meditation and Eucharist adoration. By the generosity of the Vatican, it was designated as an indulgence site. He and his wife reside in Pittsburgh. They have 2 children. Ladies and gentlemen, accepting his award is Paul Carapellotti.
Company store.
Thank you all. I've attended many of these Hall of Fame dinners, and honestly, I never expected to be standing here as an inductee. Coach Holtz, Frank Dawson, thank you for this event, your inspiration, and for nominating me. I also want to personally thank Robin Webster and Rosemary Mackel, who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. You both were very helpful to me in preparing for this evening. Also, my congratulations to the other inductees, Peggy, Coach Jan, family of Bob Warner, and to you, Frank O'Harris. Frank, I've been a lifelong Steeler fan. I still remember where I was on December 23rd, 1972. Most famous playing football history in and led to many decades of success for the Steelers. It's an honor to be here with you. I'm proud to be a part of your army, no doubt. And I think my wife and children will tire of me beginning conversations with random people. I remember the night that Frank O'Harris and I were inducted into the Hall of Fame. But growing up in Steubenville, there were always many people to aspire to. And for me, Coach Holtz, you've clearly been one of these individuals. I've always appreciated his rules for living. They're very simple. 1, do the right thing. 2, do the best you can. And 3, always show people that you care. To me, for the first, do the right thing, I want to thank God and my faith, because that's what guides me every day. My parents also have a voice in teaching their children about doing the right thing. My mom would sit at the kitchen table at night praying the rosary for my siblings, Albert, Mike, Mary Ann, and myself, especially when we were out after midnight. So for you kids, you remember nothing good happens after midnight. So, but I truly appreciate those prayers now. And to my mom, I say thank you for encouraging me to grow, not only in age, but in wisdom and grace. I know my dad is in heaven right now too, more than likely sitting at the kitchen table, probably in his underwear, enjoying some spaghetti and wine with my brother Mike, and my uncles Gallo, Ralph, Juggy, Ricky, Babe, and all his childhood buddies from Linden Avenue, affectionately known as the Linden Apes. You see, my dad really loved this valley. He taught me about community, business, the values of education, and how to be a husband and father. To my dad, I say simply, thank you for teaching me to be a man. To my wife, Shauna, whom I've known since I was 12 years old, Caroline, thank you for introducing me to her at the community center. And my children, Anna and Julian, you three motivate me every day that I go out the door to do the right thing. You're the best family a guy could ever have, and we'll share a family hug after this event for sure. To the second role, do the best you can. In the audience, I'm very proud to see him down, many of my teammates from my Steubenville Catholic Central 1971 football team. Our head coach, Tom Korat, was supposed to be with us tonight, but for personal reasons, he couldn't make it. But one thing I'll tell you about Coach Korat, he built great relationships in our community. He even allowed the parents and the boosters to come watch us practice. That worked in his favor one evening. We were about 2 hours into a 2.5-hour practice session, and we were making far too many mistakes. It was near dark, and our practice field had no lights. Coach went over to the parents and boosters and said, would you pull your cars around the field and turn your lights on, please? He then pulled us together as a group and said, we're going to start this whole damn practice over. And we did. But the hard work, lifting, and conditioning drills that Coach Korat implemented bonded us forever and certainly paid off. We played a challenging schedule at Harbor Trail once during the season and giving up only 26 points and achieving the perfect 10-0 record. Thank you, Coach Korat, for instilling in us to be the best that we could. Now, I do have to say, in that season, Frank, we had a heck of a rumble with East Little. It was a heck of a night. To the third, show people you care. Caring has always been at the center of my Italian-American life. I had two surviving grandparents growing up. Both had the courage to leave Italy to come to America. My grandfather, Papa, spoke no English at all. I lived with him my entire life before I went away to college, and he watched over and cared for me in his own way for 18 years. Every Sunday as a family, we had dinner at my grandmother Nicolette's house. Nona was a gentle soul and always found what was good in people and encouraged me to be caring to all, regardless of their lot in life. She also thought I was going to be among seniors. But Coach Holtz, I thank you for these three rules for living a good life. In closing, no matter where I was on the planet, the Ohio Valley was always in my heart. What's not to love? Dean Martin, Jimmy the Greek, John Butchercross, the Carlos Pizza, Franciscan University. We have so much good going on here. But the best is that we have lifelong friends and family. It was with great joy that I returned home in 2001 to assist my brothers Mike and Albert in our family businesses and to be of service to the community. Like my dad, Mike is no longer with us, but my brother Albert and I strive to do the best we can to carry on the legacy that they created. And Mike's son Franco is also doing the same. So in closing, I just want to say thank you to all my family and friends for sharing this evening with me. It's unbelievable. It's truly a great honor, but the thing that counts most with me is the friendship, love, and fun that we've shared along the way. Thanks, and have a great rest of the evening.